What would you do if the man who ruined your life disappeared? And years later, you discovered he had never really left. Because that's exactly what happened to Sue. And what police found in the woods was far more disturbing than anyone imagined. Sue was a small business owner. Hardworking. Independent. The kind of person who trusted her friends. One of those friends was Steve. At first, Steve seemed helpful. Supportive. Even generous. When Sue needed help growing her business, Steve offered to invest. It looked like the perfect opportunity. But the moment she accepted, everything changed. Slowly. Quietly. And then all at once. Steve became controlling. Every decision Sue made was questioned. Every mistake was used against her. What started as business discussions turned into constant criticism. Then harassment. Then psychological abuse. Day after day. Month after month. Steve seemed obsessed. Not with the business, but with Sue herself. The stress became unbearable. Sue felt trapped. No matter what she did, Steve always found a way back into her life. Then one day, he vanished. Just like that. No calls. No messages. No threats. Nothing. For the first time in years, Sue could breathe again. Months passed. Then years. Everyone assumed Steve was gone for good. Maybe he moved away. Maybe he started over somewhere else. Nobody cared. Nobody looked. And eventually, people forgot about him. But they shouldn't have. Because Steve hadn't forgotten Sue. Not even for a second. One evening, strange things started happening. Small things. Things that didn't make sense. Someone thought they saw a figure near the property line. A shadow moving between trees. Footprints appeared where nobody should have been walking. Then came the feeling. That awful feeling. The feeling that someone was watching. Always watching. At first, nobody believed it. It sounded impossible. Steve had been gone for years. Right? But then a shocking discovery changed everything. Someone followed a trail deep into the woods. Far beyond where anyone normally walked. And hidden among the trees, they found a shed. Old. Weathered. Almost invisible. But what was inside, made their blood run cold. The shed wasn't abandoned. Someone had been living there. Recently. There was food. Clothing. Personal belongings. Signs of daily life. And then, they found something even worse. A collection of mannequins. Arranged in a bizarre display. Positioned carefully. Almost like a twisted shrine. Land every detail pointed toward one terrifying truth. The person living there was Steve. For years, while everyone believed he was gone, they had been hiding in the woods. Near Sue. Watching. Waiting. Obsessing. Living a secret life just steps away from the woman he refused to let go. The realization was horrifying. Every strange feeling. Every unexplained moment. Every shadow in the distance. It suddenly made sense. Police moved quickly. Steve was arrested before he could disappear again. Investigators uncovered evidence showing just how deep his obsession had become. And with every new detail, the case grew darker. What seemed like a simple business dispute, had turned into years of stalking and psychological terror. But the most chilling part? Steve never needed to break into Sue's home. He never needed to speak to her. His presence alone was enough. Because while Sue thought she had escaped her nightmare, the nightmare had been living in the woods all along. Watching from the darkness. Waiting. And if that shed had never been discovered, nobody knows how much longer he would have stayed there. Or what he might have done next. Some monsters don't hide under your bed, they hide in the woods, waiting for you to believe they're gone. A few clicks on Craigslist, one bad decision, and suddenly, I was standing inside a dark abandoned house, wondering if I was about to die. At the time, I thought I was hiring a private investigator. Later, I realized, I might have been hiring my own kidnappers. It started with paranoia. The kind that grows quietly. The kind that keeps you awake at 3 a.m. I was convinced my fiancée was cheating. I had no proof. No evidence. Just a feeling that wouldn't leave me alone. And instead of talking to her, I did something incredibly stupid. I opened Craigslist. I searched for a private investigator. Within minutes, I found an ad. It looked professional enough. Nothing seemed strange. At least not yet. I sent a message. A reply came back almost immediately. That should have been my first warning. The investigator sounded confident. Almost too confident. He promised answers. Promised proof. Promised he could uncover anything. And somehow, that was exactly what I wanted to hear. So I agreed to meet. Big mistake. The location wasn't an office. It wasn't a coffee shop. It wasn't even a public place. It was a quiet area on the edge of town. When I arrived, two people were waiting. A man named Shane. And a woman named Gabby. They smiled. But something felt wrong. Very wrong. Their story didn't add up. Their answers felt rehearsed. Every question I asked, got a vague response. Yet somehow, they convinced me to follow them. Just for a few minutes. Just to see something important. At least, that's what they claimed. The three of us drove deeper into an isolated area. No houses. No traffic. No people. My stomach tightened. But I kept going. Because by then, curiosity was stronger than common sense. Then I saw it. An old abandoned house. Dark. Silent. Falling apart. It looked like nobody had lived there for years. The windows were broken. The front door hung crooked. And for some reason, Shane and Gabby seemed very eager for me to go inside. The second I stepped through the doorway, every alarm in my head went off. Something wasn't right. The house felt wrong. The silence felt wrong. Even Shane and Gabby felt different. Like their friendly masks had suddenly slipped. Just a little. But enough. Then I noticed something. No investigation equipment. No cameras. No files. No evidence. Nothing. Because this wasn't an investigation. And suddenly, I understood. This was a trap. My heart started pounding. I didn't know what they wanted. Money? Robbery? Something worse? I wasn't planning to stay and find out. So I made an excuse. Kept my voice calm. Tried not to show fear. And then, I moved. Fast. I got out of that house. Back to my car. And drove away before anyone could stop me. My hands were shaking the entire time. I kept checking my mirrors. Certain someone was following me.